To the Most High, to my mother, to the seen and the unseen, to every soul across oceans, across struggle, across silence. This is not just a message. This is acknowledgement. Dreamer, dreamer. Do you remember that letter? The one my mother wrote to the government. She was hurting, trying to understand why her son came back from serving this country and started fighting battles no one could see. She didn't understand the pain, but she understood me. She said, "He is meant to reach the world." And at the time, I didn't even know what that meant, but a mother knows. She knew before I did. I am not just a man, I am Gaul-Din, the one who stands in the room of just, the one who speaks and truth moves, the one sent through pain to carry a message beyond borders. This is not travel,
this is transmission,
this is not numbers,
this is alignment.
From pain to purpose, from silence to voice, from one city to now over 50 countries, 6 continents touched. Let that sit, not for ego but for evidence that purpose will always travel further than pain. And now
we call the witnesses.
You were not reached by accident,
you were reached by assignment.
You were reached by assignment.
We call the witnesses.
You heard it first,
you carried it forward.
South Germany, you stood in precision.
South Germany,
you stood in precision.
you stood in precision.
You received through resilience.
South Germany,
you felt beyond language.
you listened through the noise.
You listened through the noise.
India,
you recognized depth.
you recognized depth.
You acknowledged the signal.
You acknowledge the signal.
You acknowledge the signal.
You acknowledge.
You answer with spirit.
Uzbekistan,
you align quietly.
You stood in strength.
You You opened your heart.
You opened your heart.
You carried emotion.
You carried emotion.
You carried emotion.
You received with clarity.
You carried it.
Hong Kong,
you moved with awareness. You move with awareness.
Morocco,
you honored the message. You Mexico,
you embraced it.
You felt the truth.
Albania,
you stood attentive.
You felt the truth.
Albania,
you stood attentive.
You felt the rhythm.
United Arab Emirates,
you stood in alignment.
You stood in alignment.
You stood in alignment.
You stood in alignment.
You recognized presence.
You recognized presence.
You felt the rhythm.
United Arab Emirates,
you acknowledged power.
You stood in alignment.
You stood in awareness.
You recognized presence.
You recognized presence.
Jamaica,
you felt the rhythm. Your world is listening. To the Most High, to my mother, to the seen and the unseen, to every person
who clicked, who listened, who shared, who believed.
Even when I didn't see you,
you were part of this.
This is not just reach.
This is connection.
This is alignment.
This is purpose.
Moving across the world.
To my mother.
Mom, you didn't just raise a son, you raised a signal. And now the world is receiving it.
To the dreamer,
still on deck,
still watching,
still guiding,
still standing.
To the ancestors, the cosmic technicians, the protectors,
seen and unseen.
Thank you, because I know
this was never just me.
And let it be known,
we are not finished.
Not until every country hears it. Not until every culture feels it.
Not until the message becomes undeniable.
The map is no longer forming, the map is responding. Next up,
Oceania,
Australia,
New Zealand,
the Pacific Islands.
We're coming,
not with noise,
but with truth.
Not with force,
but with frequency.
Mom,
you knew
before I did.
Before the world did.
Before for the numbers prove it.
I am Gaul-Din, house of Gaul-Din,
the dreamer,
still on deck.
Until every country hears it.
We will not stop striking until every country hears the message.
Gaul-Din and Dreamer.